Push a P.
I'm Pusha P.
Push a P.
I'm Pusha P.
Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sun and Pop's Culture. I'm Sun,
And I'm Pops.
and this is episode 63.
63. Let it be 63. Huh.
You're running low.
I'm running low. I'm running low. What can I say? What we do with Sun and Pop's Culture is give you our take on movies, music, comics, video games, literature, a little bit of sports, and a large slice of life. East
Yeah.
and West, young and old, X and Z, Sun and Pops, baby. Where can people find us at, bud?
You can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Sun and Pop's Culture. We have highlights and other stuff.
Yeah, and feel free to reach out, people. We love to hear from our listeners. We're always taking suggestions. So I guess we'll start where we always start.
With this week's drink.
This week's drink started as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, and has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want to drink. Sometimes stuff lines up, sometimes it don't, but either way, we gonna drink.
We gonna drink.
We gonna drink. So what do we have for the people tonight, bud?
Tonight, I am drinking just vodka with some 7-Up.
Oh, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Wow, that almost happened tonight. That almost
Really?
it was this close. It was this close to happening. Yeah. Well, no, I was gonna do vodka and Sprite, but still, it's basically
that was
the
my
same
second option. Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Wow, but that's pretty refreshing.
Refreshing. This is my first drink of liquor.
Liquor. Yeah,
over a month.
Yeah, a few episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, that was like one of the best intros of all time. Welcome back, Carter. Anyways, tonight I'm drinking out of my Sun and Pop's Culture Rock glass brought to us by Simony Cricket. I'm drinking classic margarita, some tequila, little agave syrup, and lime juice. So yeah, that's what I have tonight. So cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Quick story. I think I told you periodically I'll listen to like our first episode just to see what's changed.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what hasn't changed is this week's drink. It was the drink of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And it became this
you
week's
rebranded.
Which quickly though.
Smart.
I think it was
it was early.
I think it was a smart move.
I agree.
But I think we actually said like this week's drink in the first episode after like the drink of the week. But we did say a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink in the very first episode. So
I remember, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just funny that I'm like, wow, that really stuck. And I think I told you I was crunching ice so bad and smacking so bad. Like I have bad habits now, but those first few episodes, I don't know how you didn't just choke me. It was real bad.
It was very tough.
I mean, I was just, you know what I'm saying, but it was so bad. But anyway, so for those of you who were here in the weekend or day oneers, thank you.
Stuck through it.
Yeah,
I don't know how you did. So
I mean, it's probably just people who already knew me, and they're like, "Well, I already know how he gets down. He runs his mouth and doesn't think about like what he's actually sounding like." But so thank you for listening, and I guess I have to issue another freaking apology for Hunger for Your Touch. That's not the name of the damn song. It's Unchained Melody. I'm such an idiot. Oh, I don't know. When I saw that clip you posted, I said, "Oh my God, I said that." I was like, "How could I mess that up? It's Unchained Melody." Like literally.
Yeah.
It takes I'll flub up something, in a minute. I don't care, but that one kind of hit me in my heart. Like I was like, oh my gosh.
You're gonna get a little behind the scenes listening. I cut out a part. You said that wasn't in the scene with the clay.
It was, or was it?
You said it wasn't.
It's in there. It's in there twice, isn't it?
And I went back and watched the scene. I was like, "This is the same song. What are you talking about?"
But is it in the clay scene and in the penny scene?
I didn't watch the pennies. I
What?
just watched the clay
What?
scene.
When? Okay, I think it's in. Oh my gosh, but I don't
Yeah,
know,
I was like, I gotta
man.
cut this part
Man,
out.
I gotta get some nootropics or something, man. Start eating
Yeah.
some some mushrooms, something, man.
Mm,
Cordyceps, something. Man, that ain't as sharp as it used to be. But hey, I may have lost a step, some step most people never had, bud. That's all I'm gonna say.
mm,
That's all I'm gonna say.
okay.
So, anyways, so yeah, moving on.
Before
What?
we get into some stuff,
Uh,
shout out
Shout out!
to yeah,
Wait!
shout out.
You're shouting somebody out?
I'm shouting
Okay,
someone out.
okay.
A
Go
fan
ahead.
of ours, a friend of mine. You know who you are, Brendan.
Oh,
He,
the
yeah,
homie.
we're his number one
Yeah.
for most listened to podcast for Spotify Wrapped.
Oh,
So,
that's what's up. All right,
oh
Brennan.
yeah,
Thank you.
big
Thank you.
thanks.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's the homie right there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Huh. That's what's up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
Hmm.
Huh. Let me feel good.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there that probably have the same, what's it called, same rap with us. Number one,
Good.
they're just too scared to,
Rapport,
yeah,
rap, rapport, maybe. But yeah, they're just scared to, let us know. But we're right here, baby.
yeah, that's all
We're right
right.
here. That's all right, girl. We're right here, baby. But hey, I have some notes tonight, bud. I know you do,
Wow.
but I said, I need to step my game up a little bit. And just little things that like popped in my head throughout the week. I took some notes and there were a few things that occurred that I was like, oh, I know you probably have the same ones for the stuff, but I figured I'd have a little something, bring a little bit more to the table.
All right.
Except my my crispy brand new white t-shirt. Oh my gosh.
Nice. What
Love
brand is
this.
that?
Sonoma, baby. Kohl's. The only thing I go to Kohl's for is these t-shirts.
What is it?
It's a Sonoma super soft crew neck white t-shirt. XLT, double XLT, baby. Oh, I
I've
love it.
never heard of that brand.
Oh, it's a Kohl's. It's a Kohl's.
Interesting.
They're so soft and they're actually durable and they don't really shrink, which like Jockey probably has like I mean, this is unofficial, people. I don't want to get caught up in no mess with Jockey, but they shrink at about a 30% of my jockeys shrink. 30 to 35% of them will shrink. Because your mom washes my clothes the same way all the time. So sometimes they shrink and sometimes they don't. But the ones that shrink, and the ones that
Wash
don't,
your own
don't.
shirt then.
But no, you don't think it's been a conversation? You don't think it's been a
Okay.
conversation? All right. So,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, but you'll find out one day when you're married. Tell your wife I wash my own clothes. That's like saying I don't even know. That's like
All
sacrilege.
right.
Yeah.
Going back
Anyways,
to
all right.
jockey.
You're the one that said wash your own shirts, like
I'm just saying.
like Okay. So, anyways, jockey has about a 35 to 40, 30 to 40% shrinkage, like as in like they will shrink or just won't shrink. Some of them just like don't shrink. But my Sonomas, they just don't shrink. And I mean, I be beating them up. I'll wear a white t-shirt out and I put that thing
Mhm.
on and it fits the same every time. So I'm a big fan. So I went and I grabbed a couple the other day, pulled this bad boy out. Oh, it just feels so good on my skin. Which, anyways, so where are we starting today,
I've never
bud?
heard of that brand.
Well,
I would say I'm a jockey fan. I don't like Hanes and I don't like Fruit of the Loom.
no,
But
Fruit of
they're
the Loom's go ahead.
awful. They're so flimsy and
Fruit of the Loom will
they're not
shrink.
comfortable.
Fruit of the Loom will shrink while you're wearing it. It's like
Yeah,
oh
your
yeah, you're
sweat
like oh
gets into it.
it starts shrinking. You're like yeah, it's over for
And
this.
they're not like
Yeah,
shirts where you can just wear. Like those are
right.
strictly like undershirts
Yeah, see.
or what's it called? Pajamas.
See, well, I'm glad you recognize that because the key to a perfect white t-shirt is finding one that's not that you can wear. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Haynes does make some that you can just wear and then they make but
It's 50
most of
50.
yeah, but
It's really
most of
weird.
them are you have to know which ones you're getting.
Hmm.
Because and whereas Fruit of the Looms, no, that's an undershirt.
Yeah. Fruit of the Loom's trash. Hanes, they have so many different types. I when I go to get one, I'm like, I don't know
Right.
which one is the one I have already.
Right.
You know what I mean? On the package, it's weird.
I like to look for at least like to do a 60-40 cotton polyester blend.
Mhm.
50-50 is my favorite, you know. But if you get caught and just enjoy it, enjoy it. If you get 100% caught, yeah, enjoy that for the day because that's the last time it's going to ever fit you right.
Yeah.
And then you get turkey neck, the neck gets stretched out, but it doesn't it doesn't
That's
shrink
it's
back.
bad for that.
Yeah, yeah, but
Bad
it
for that.
doesn't shrink back, but the shirt shrinks, which I'm like, how is that
Mhm.
possible? But yeah,
That's good. Good. Honestly, Target's brand is Goodfella or
yeah,
Goodfellow.
yeah,
Goodfella.
yeah, yeah. I saw those.
I got black versions of them. I didn't get the white,
Yeah,
but they're black shirts. I'm like, oh, this is actually a decent shirt.
that size actually runs true because I bought a pair of
Yeah.
those because I don't know, you can look into it, but I swear, like clothes manufacturers, I guess, have altered their sizes because Americans are so fat now. Because what I'm serious, because what used to be a double X is now like an extra large. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And what used to be, I'm serious as hell. So, because certain brands, when I buy them, it's still like how it used to be. Like the closer I get up the ladder of like designer, the more money I pay for like a white t-shirt, the more true to the actual sizing it is. It's going to fit me like a double X. It's supposed to fit me.
hmm
Whereas if I buy like a Hanes double X right out the box, it's really like a triple X, and it gets shrunk down to a double X, and it gets shrunk down to an X, and then it's just a rag for my car. But anyways, yep,
The
that's my story.
circle of life with white
Hey,
t-shirts.
bud, I've been rocking them since like
You
'92.
you need to get the shirts Carmi's wearing in the bear.
But see, I wanted
It's
to,
50 plus dollars
yeah,
for a single one.
which I would buy. I would buy, and I'd like it until I wore it to work one day because that's what would
Yeah,
happen.
that's what you would do. And I'm like, you
Yeah,
just
but
wasted that.
I'd be like, but it was so comfortable that I would want to wear it to work. That's the problem. Like if I eventually I'm like I'm wearing this to work, or like if I get some shoes and they're real comfortable, I'm like I'm cutting grass in these because I want to be comfortable when I'm doing it. And then your mom loses her shit.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's not smart.
but I'm not
You
gonna lie
ruined
though.
the thing that
But that's what it's made for. That's what it's made for, to be worn.
to be
Like,
worn, but not to be ruined.
well, I mean, all things go to ruin. Look at the Colosseum in Rome.
But if you take
All
care of it, look at the cost here of thousands of years. If you take
hey,
care of your white shirt, you're going to be wearing that for the next 5 years.
bud. Hey, I had my first Under Armour shirt I ever had. I had for 17 years. That's a true story. I did.
Under Armour, that's
Yeah,
different.
it was an Under Armour T-shirt.
All
It's
right.
it's just saying. But now I looked at the Cormy shirt, and they look kind of heavy to me. Though I'm not gonna lie. Like I saw it was expensive. I didn't care. I saw it was
They
good
look a
cotton.
little thicker. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
look a
about
little. They
heavy,
look a
but I
little
think
heavy.
that would make it durable.
Yeah, but how's it going to lay? I like how it lays on my skin.
Based on Carmi, the model of Carmi, it looks like it would fit good. Like it's like cropped and like tight around the neck, but
Mm,
loose on the like bicep. Not loose on
I
the
don't know.
bicep,
Yeah,
but like
maybe I'll get one. Maybe I'll get one, and we'll see. We'll give a white tea review. You know.
people are like,
Mm.
they really spent 10 minutes talking about
Hey,
undergarments.
this is real. This is real. Um, the only thing I really clothes wise I really know about. But I don't know. So what else? What else you got for the people?
Um, what else? You mean what are we starting with?
Oh, I thought we were starting with that. A white tea review. That's some new shit. Shit.
Okay. So you know Young Thug.
Hmm. He's on trial right now, right?
Yeah, and I remember like last year we talked about him getting arrested for
Okay.
Rico. Like
Yes,
it's
I
like
did. Yeah,
serious.
yeah. I was like, how do you? And then they're using the songs as like evidence.
Yeah, like they do with every rapper nowadays. Yeah.
Knowing that they just be lying. Just, I mean,
Maybe he's not because he's
I'm just
anyway.
saying.
The other day, his defense, like had their thing. They stated that Young Thug, the Thug in Young Thug stands for truly humble
Uh,
under God.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, you think
Yeah,
the jury bought it? You think?
I
uh,
doubt it. And then there's another song that came out last year called Push and P. And I will say, everyone
yeah,
was like, what does
yeah,
push and P mean? What does push and P
yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
they never said an answer, but his defense said push and P stands for pushing positivity.
Stop it.
I'm not
Just
kidding.
stop it. Wow,
They're
pushing
really trying,
positivity.
pushing
Push it.
positivity.
Did they play the song? Did they
Yeah,
just
have you ever
play
heard this song? Because
like
it
play
is
the
done.
song? I have not heard it, and I already know
Oh,
that's not what it's about. Just
no,
play the
no,
song.
no.
That should have been the prosecution. They should have still been like, play the song.
Yeah,
Like,
play.
just play
It
the song.
gets worse.
Yeah.
I saw a clip and one of his lawyers made a Bleach reference, the anime Bleach, which, if you're an anime fan, you're like, oh, that's cool.
His
But
lawyer,
his lawyer made a Bleach reference. And I'm like, I was reading comments before, and I was like, what do you mean? So I
what?
watched the clip myself, and I was like, it was terrible. She explained Bleach briefly, and then basically she talked about a filler aspect. She explained filler, and she's like, we're just filler. Like, this doesn't pertain to us, everything that's going on. And basically compared them to filler. And if you're listening, filler just means like it's like not by the author, like it doesn't count. It's
Yeah.
not the main story. So she
What?
compared Young Thug and his participation in like his crimes, like he's filler, like he's not part of it.
Hey,
And I'm like, that
hey.
can't be real. So there's a whole bunch of memes of people him just like crying, just hearing his defense lawyers talk. Like he's like, I wasted millions of dollars.
I'd be like, hey, can I see your license? Did you ever show me
Yeah,
your license? I'd be like, you ain't got no license. You ain't got no license, Lisa.
it
I'd be
was
like, what is
it
going
was
on right
rough.
now?
I couldn't, it was bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, at first when she referenced Bleach, he was like, oh, word? Then he was like,
Yeah, he's
wait,
like,
what? Then he was like, wait,
yeah,
what?
wait,
You're referencing
like
Bleach now? Yeah.
I'm going to life for
Yeah,
this.
you're talking about Ichigo Kuro. What?
Yeah, no, she for real did.
That's crazy, bud. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was
Man, maybe
bad.
maybe we could have been lawyers. Hell, we probably could have
That's
been
what I
lawyers.
thought. I was like,
Like,
what
oh,
are
must
her qualifications?
yeah, must not be that
So many
hard.
questions I thought was, okay, obviously Young Suk has money, right?
Hmm.
So he's paying for good lawyers. I'm like, how did she get this position?
Mm.
Because it wasn't like one of those things where like she said it and like a lawyer does, you're buying into it. You're like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. She was saying it, and I was like, this is not good. Like this is
yeah,
like an argument someone would make in high school, like in a high school debate. It did not
yeah.
sound good at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's terrible.
Hmm.
Hey. Mm, Maybe she got the same lawyers as Diddy because he's going through it right now. So,
I heard.
hey, yeah, yeah, they're coming out the woodwork now.
I didn't read what
Well,
like
as
his
soon as he's
stuff,
settled,
but
as soon as
oh,
he's
he
settled
settled.
with Cassie for an undisclosed amount of money, I was like, that was a mistake because they're going to come and they've been coming ever since out the woodwork, accusations upon accusations. There's so many accusations now about Diddy abusing women that they forget that 2 weeks ago they were saying he was gay. Like that's how many accusations there are now. Like they have forgotten that two
Mhm.
weeks ago that's all everybody was saying. So it's just like it's crazy. I don't know if it's true or false. I just think
I mean,
it's
if
just
he's settling,
well, but see now they're trying to say that he really had no say in the settling. Like I don't know, like something was in place or I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, settling out of court so you don't have to go to court is like usually a bad look in
yeah.
my opinion. Because if you didn't do it, you didn't do it.
Yeah,
That's
you
how.
would take the chances.
Yeah, like fuck.
If you didn't do it, you'd be like, "Well, I'm
Yeah,
good. Like I'm gonna
yeah,
fight this." If you're
yeah,
settling, I look at it as, "Oh yeah, I did it. It's will save me money and
yeah,
time just to
yeah.
pay
Just to
this."
pay them. Yeah, that's why you do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but if I didn't do it, I didn't do it.
Hmm.
Talk crazy if you
That's
want,
why I'm
but
like, if he's
yeah,
settling, yeah. Is
yeah,
Cassie the singer?
yeah. She had one good
Yeah.
song.
I heard a story recently, well, on TikTok. I forget what rapper it was, but he was talking about when he was with Wale
Mm-hmm.
and they were at the studio with Cassie, and I guess Diddy would hire people to just watch her at all times and like
Wow.
undercover and stuff. And
Wow.
like he was like really strict with her and stuff. And Wale was like telling the rapper he was with, he's like, yo, we're just gonna chill, like don't do this, don't do that with her, because like Diddy will find out and like do whatever.
Wow. Wale, really?
Yeah. So Wale, and this was years ago, right? When he was like getting big,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago. And they're in the studio and I guess they're in the booth together doing the song and they weren't supposed to be actually together. It's supposed to be like one doing this and then like later one would
Yeah.
come. These security guys like busted in and the one rapper was with Wale. He's like, he just thought like, oh God, who is this? And then
Yeah.
they just busted in. I didn't finish the story, I'm not gonna lie, but they ended up like threatening Wale to throw him off like the balcony, Wale and stuff. This
Damn.
crazy stuff. And people are
That's
like,
crazy.
Wale, he's so unproblematic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what?
Wow. Wow.
And people are like, well, that makes sense. He kind of never blew up after like
Yeah,
he
like maybe
was
he
on
got
the come up.
yeah, maybe he got blacklisted. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's crazy because I mean Cassie, there was a story that said he beat her so bad that like then he sent her on a trip to Hawaii for 3 weeks so nobody could see her. So she healed.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I guess like apparently, I mean, this is all speculation, Instagram shit that I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah.
one of Diddy's old security guards finally spoke up and said, "Yeah," because I guess she named him in the document, this one security guard as a witness, and he spoke up and was like, "Yeah, she's not lying. Like, it's true." So
Mm.
I don't know. It's crazy, but I mean, rule number one, bud, is what you don't hit girls. That's rule number one. I've done a lot of fucked up things in my life, but I don't hit girls. Never have.
Hmm.
So, and it's like one of them things,
That's
man.
good.
Yeah, I like to think so. I like to think so. It's just to me, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. You just don't. You know, Graham told me that. You know what I mean?
All right, we're getting too
Yeah.
deep.
Well, okay. Sorry, slice of life. I'm just saying, it's crazy. But anyways, scandals upon scandals. Did I tell you that I told you how your mother and I watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune every night? Did I tell you
You told
that
me that.
I took the Jeopardy quiz?
Mom told me you were taking it.
Ah, that's right. Yep. Yeah. Well, to our listeners out there, yeah, I did say I don't know if Jeopardy's easier now or if I just know more stuff, but I was convinced to take the Jeopardy quiz, which you can take online. And what I learned, I have fat fingers, and I do not type fast enough for that 15 seconds it takes to answer a question. Um,
Should do it on a computer.
I can't type, bud. You know that I can't type, so I hunt and peck. It'd have been even worse. But I took the test. They do not give you your results, so you do not know how well you do. And even
Wow.
after you even after you take the test, you don't hear from them unless they pick you. Like so, you have to have a good enough score that they don't tell you if you do or if you don't, and then they have to decide to pick you from that score. So there's just they may call me one day, they may not. We'll see. It's just like I'm like, well, that is crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Like you at least be like, nah, dog, you need to practice. You suck. Like, you know what I mean? And then they're like, please don't share the quiz information to other people. Like I'm like, oh, are you
Wait, they
serious?
don't make new quizzes?
I'm assuming that they do, but like for some
Yeah.
reason, it's like they like I don't know. It was like
It's
don't
hush
tell.
hush.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's fucking Jeopardy questions. That's all it is. It wasn't anything different. It was just like
Hmm.
it was just like they didn't tell you what the categories were. It was just random questions, and they were all different. But
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, because the timer starts as soon as the question comes up, not like he reads it and while he's reading it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
That
saying?
would be tough.
Yeah. So, and then if you like misspell a word, yep. So yeah,
How many questions was it?
it was 50. It takes 15 minutes to take the test.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of questions.
hmm
But I guess they have that many on the show, so
Yeah. Well, yeah, more than
even
that.
more. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't harder than I thought it would be. It just like I said, the texting part of it, instead of just saying the answer,
Hmm.
and then I'm like worried about spelling it, and then you got to make sure you hit done. It's just was like, oh, so
I'm sure
so
they will forgive spelling,
yeah, I'd hope, you know,
but that would
but
be tough to think of the answer, type it, then send
mhm.
it
Yeah,
rather
and
than
then
hitting the button.
yeah, just saying it, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, people might see me on Jeopardy one day. Probably won't, but maybe you will one day. Maybe
When
you
they
will.
need people for Black Jeopardy.
I know. What's good, everybody? I'll put
You
my
have
career.
you have the glass on
I know.
stage.
I know. I'll be like, yo, yo. Well, let me give a shout out real quick to Simile Creighton.
Yeah, they had a couple
And
drinks in you.
yeah, yeah, Aaron's nifty gifties for the t-shirts. Yeah, oh, it'd be amazing, be amazing. But yeah, so that I did that this week. That was the thing I did.
Cool.
Hey, you should start with the news because I have a bunch of dumb random stories. I can do this all night. So then they're just that's what I'm saying. So just
All
we gotta
right.
stay
So,
focused because I'll just keep
okay.
babbling. Yeah.
News. They're making a Ted TV show. Did you see that?
The bear, the teddy bear,
The
Ted.
Teddy Bear, the movie. Yeah.
Oh wow. Really?
So, yeah, I watched the trailer. It's coming out in January, and it's when Mark Wahlberg's character is a teenager. So it's like him in high
Oh
school with Ted.
yeah. Who's playing
And
a teenage Mark Wahlberg?
the kid from Cobra Kai, the son,
Really?
yeah, which he surprisingly does a really good Mark Wahlberg impersonation.
I'll
Like
have to
he's
look
doing
it
like
up.
the accent and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
hmm, interesting casting.
Ah,
But I mean, it looked like Ted humor,
yeah.
like Family Guy humor.
Is Seth MacFarlane on the voice?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice,
he's
nice.
doing it. I don't know if he's writing it, but like it just seems like that type of humor. So if you like Ted, I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll like the show.
I do. Thunder Buddies, man. I
Yeah.
do. Ted makes me laugh. I've never finished Ted 2, but
I never watched Ted too, no.
Ted made me laugh. I was like, this shit is funny. He couldn't make it
Yeah.
now, but it was funny. Well,
Well, they're
basically,
making the
apparently,
show,
yeah, they're making
so
the show, so I guess they're like, what are you
yeah.
gonna do? Yeah, actually, Seth MacFarlane had that sci-fi show, The Wilbur,
Oh yeah. Is
but
that
I've
so
heard the
Orville? The
Orville,
Orville.
the
Is it
Wilbur,
the Wilbur?
Orville. Weren't Wilbur and Orville the Wright brothers?
Is it?
I
I don't
don't,
know.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know. It sounds like a
but
popcorn brand.
Orville Redenbacher's popcorn.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but the Orville, I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to actually be a really good show. Like they said, a
Is it
lot of
still
people.
on? I
I
know it
think it
came
might
back.
finally be over, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
supposedly it's like a good show. Like it starts off whatever, but
Yeah,
then it ends
yeah.
up becoming like a really good show. I'm thinking about watching that. I am.
You hear that
So,
with so many TV network shows, and I'm always like, hesitant to even watch it because I'm like, is it that good?
well,
You know?
they're fighting an uphill battle. You know,
They are, but like I just when you have a niche community being like, oh yeah, this is good. I'm like, wouldn't I in today's age, wouldn't I hear about it being good?
right? Well, but for a network show, like numbers wise, a good network show probably still does better numbers than a good cable show, right? I'm asking you. I don't know.
I'm talking about those are the same thing. That cable network nowadays, those name me a cable show.
I don't
They're
know.
not a thing.
Breaking Bad's a cable show, right? That's not a network. That's a cable show. That was a cable show.
Okay, I'm just considering TV in general. If it airs on TV,
So now you have me confused. And so, what are you worried about?
because
If something's good,
if
what's your
something,
stand? What's your standard for good TV? If somebody tells you network is good,
no,
you're
if I'm hearing like if it's the getting all the buzz, then I'm like, oh, let me check this out.
okay.
But I didn't hear anything on the Orville,
Well, I've
the
only
Orville.
heard it recently, and it's more about how good it became. Like
Mm.
as the show went as the series went on, it became really good. No one says, "Oh, the first season was amazing," but they
Yeah,
said, "I
yeah.
guess something happened."
See, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, something happened with season two. The show took a different direction and became something else.
Mm,
So yeah, almost I don't want to say a dramedy, but it became, I guess, a dramedy, a sci-fi dramedy. Yeah,
I
like I guess
got you.
there are like episodes that you'll like cry. Which that's my standard for if something's good. If I cry,
Mm,
so
mm.
which you know, hey,
I know.
I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with your mom, Volume 3 with your mom last night, and yeah,
What'd she
it was
think of it?
she really liked it. We only watched it because we were at the store shopping, and I looked at this Lego of Groot, like, oh, that's cool. And she said, Groot, and I said, you like Groot? And she said, yeah, I like Groot. And I said, you want to watch Guardians tonight? And she was like, yeah. So she liked it. She liked it. The one scene, she's like, "Oh, I know you were crying." I said, "Oh yeah, I was in the theater crying like a baby."
Which scene?
When Rocket's about to die,
Uh,
and he sees his friend Leela,
yeah.
and she says, about the blue sky, the
Mm,
forever blue
yeah,
sky, and
yeah.
he says, "Can I come?" And she says, "Of course you can." And then she says, "But not now," you know. And she gives him the hug, and she says, "My beloved raccoon." Your mom was like, "You would cry." I said, "She said my beloved raccoon." I was like, "That's the sweetest thing I think I've ever heard." I was like, "Wow." It's just a really good scene. James Gunn, I mean, he did his thing. We talked about it, but I did say when it was over, I said, "Your son was right. He needle drops the shit out of that movie." Like it's like every
That's the
scene.
worst one yet.
I'm like every scene he is like plink,
Hmm.
plink, plink. I'm like, damn, dude. Like every fucking scene you gotta drop like, yeah.
They're
And
good, but he
but it's like,
when
dude,
you have no one saying no,
yeah, it's just he blew half the budget on No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Your
yeah.
mom was like, as soon as it started playing, she said, "What did he pay to get this song in the movie?" I was like, "I don't
You think
know.
it would be expensive for that?
I don't know." Well, you ever figure at
It's
one
Beastie
point,
Boys. I mean, how much
but
money?
at one point that was the highest selling hip hop album of all time until Eminem came around, So mhm.
Okay.
I mean, it probably wasn't easy to get. I don't know. Mhm.
We're talking Disney money. And
That's true.
I don't think the Beastie Boys are sitting on a pile of cash right now.
I don't know, but I mean, they sold 17 million records. I think they're doing all
They
right.
they but in the 80s, contracts were different for
Yeah,
rap.
that's true. I know. I know.
So
They
I
probably
don't
it was
know.
probably, but it probably was like, yeah, after 10 million records, you'll get 90% of the profits. And they were like,
Oh,
okay.
something crazy.
And
Yeah, they're
yeah,
like, yeah,
then
they'll
it,
never hit 10
yeah, they were
million
like
records.
10 million. They were like, wait a second, they stole what? Like they were like, yeah, bitches.
Yeah, they're like,
Who knew? They were like, oh fuck. And they're like, and that's
yeah.
what led to the really messed up rap contracts. They were
Hmm.
like,
That's like with
yeah,
movies too. They're like, if those X amount of tickets, you get
yeah,
this much money,
yeah.
and like it's some great deal, and they're like, yeah, I'll take that. They're like, oh,
They're like,
sucker,
sucker. And they're like,
and then it
yeah.
skyrockets.
Well, the first time I ever heard of a actor or actors taking a percentage as opposed to a salary was with Ghostbusters 2. I remember that when they said like Aykroyd and like Bill
Hmm.
Murray took a percentage as opposed to, and I was like, huh, that's
Interesting.
risky. But then they were like, no, it's not. But like Ghostbusters was huge, even if this movie
Yeah,
bombs.
that's actually
They're
really
like,
surprising they gave
yeah,
him that deal.
yeah, they're like, even if it bombs, we want to make a shit ton of money. Like,
Yeah.
what, what? But
Usually
yeah,
they give it a deal for like a movie on the fence. You know,
yeah,
we don't know. That that they did it for that. This isn't movies, but when George Lucas did the toy deal for Star
yes,
Wars.
yes. He okey doked
I mean,
everybody. God.
granted, did change the toy industry in America,
Hmm. Yeah, he was there
but
like, yeah, you guys don't understand. Little kids, the way I do.
yeah, the most inhuman person.
I know. He was like, the kids are gonna want to play with this shit.
Yeah, and he was right. I
He
mean,
was so right. He was like, "You want me to what? Make another movie? I'll get around to it. I'm cashing these Mattel checks or Hasbro checks or whatever they were. I just
I
got
don't
so
know. I
many.
don't even know who made it.
He's like, I
Yeah.
got all these checks. He's like, I made a figurine, a little
I'm
brown
I'm
guy.
30 years old.
Yeah, this guy don't even got a line in the movie. He got a toy. Like, he's like, I just keep making these toys. Heads
Hmm.
pop off and shit. Still can't make a half decent fake lightsaber though, but whatever. Oh my gosh, yeah, he did make a shit ton of money off of the licensing,
Yeah, but
the
now they don't
merchandising.
even offer that, because they're like, oh shoot, you can make a
Don't want,
lot of money from
don't want,
toys.
don't want somebody else getting rich. Hold up now.
Yeah,
Hold up.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That dude, George Lucas. Oh, terrible, terrible. Yeah. So, anyways,
He didn't attend the like premiere for Star Wars because he thought it was gonna bomb.
he was nervous.
Yeah,
Well,
he thought it
didn't
was gonna bomb, and I think he went to Hawaii
wow,
with Spielberg, and that's when they came up with Indiana Jones.
wow. See that? That's dope. Did did what? THX bombed, right?
Yeah, I think that was an Indian movie to begin with.
Yeah. Did he made that before American Graffiti or after?
He made that before,
Okay. Okay. And then he made
I'm pretty
Graffiti.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. Yeah. George Lucas. I mean, huh. Hmm. You've seen the unedited stuff that he had before his wife put her hands in it and fixed it. So
Yeah,
I'd have been nervous too if I was him.
I would have been nervous too.
And if you want to segue from Star Wars, you know what premieres tomorrow on Netflix? Rebel
No.
Moon.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, Rebel Moon premieres
Oh,
tomorrow on Netflix. People, Rebel Moon is Zack Snyder's take on basically if he got to make a Star Wars movie. The first trailer, I think what me and you agreed, but it was fucking convoluted because they gave us one trailer for two movies. So we were
it
like,
looked
what?
interesting, but
It was like, what is happening? Like the whole cast changes halfway through the trailer. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. So
Hmm.
the newer trailers have just been focused on the first movie, which
Oh,
is cool, which is cool. So
I didn't see
um
those.
yeah, so I just saw see, now I'm lying again. It's the 15th. I thought it was the third. Why did it say see, it's coming out in theaters on the
Oh,
15th.
it is getting a theatrical release.
Limited theatrical release on the
That would be
15th.
worth. That's worth going to see.
Yeah, yeah, because Zack Snyder visually, I mean, he's still top notch. Well,
Yeah.
damn it. I could have swore I
Story
saw the
wise,
I mean, yeah, the story's gonna be what it's gonna be.
yeah.
But I mean, his budget was 166 million for both films combined.
Both of
So
them.
so he must have filmed it, concurrently. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm
And then
just
cut
so
and then
surprised
cut
it's
it.
kind of that low.
That's not a lot, but I mean, you saw what he could do in his garage with a green screen for Justice League. He
Hmm.
was like, "Come to my house and we'll finish this movie," and it didn't look
Oh, it's
terrible.
gonna look great, but it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
and then she takes out her sword that's
Oh,
been passed down from
I
generations of
know, I know,
generation.
I
Yeah,
know. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be.
it's
But
gonna be a
I'm still gonna,
mess. So,
even though there's one scene in the new trailer that I'm like, that was an interesting choice. It's the bad guy, and his uniform. It's just not.
wow.
It doesn't make me feel like they spent any money on it. It's like he's in like a
Oh, that's that
military uniform.
165 mil
I was like,
for both movies.
that's your typical like soldier's uniform just with a black hat. I was like, I don't understand it, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. You know,
It'll be worth watching, I'm
yeah,
sure.
like I watched that crazy ass zombie movie he did. And I don't even watch zombies
Oh
movies.
yeah, I
The
didn't see that
Army of the
one.
Dead,
Hmm.
and it was entertaining. It was fucking bonkers, but
Yeah.
a
He's good at
zombie.
that. Like once like he just needs to keep doing that type of stuff, like
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous, but it's gonna be worth looking at,
right. And
checking
it
out.
needs to be like 2 hours, not
Hmm.
like three.
Wasn't
Definitely
Army of the
not.
Dead long though? Wasn't it like two and a
Uh,
half? I thought it
I
was
don't
like
know.
two and a half.
I watched it and I enjoyed it, so I don't think it was. Like it
I
might
think
have
it
been,
was
but
longer.
I don't remember having an issue with the time. Like I
Okay.
told you, by the time he got to Sucker Punch, I wanted to see Sucker Punch and turn that
That
movie
was
off. Like
early in
that was
his
like his
career.
fourth. That was his fourth movie, and I was like, I can't do it. This is bad. It was so boring. Still look
We were
good
watching it on a bad
on a
boot
bootleg.
on a
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
bootleg.
bootleg. My bootleg
It's
guy
2.5 hours, Army of the Dead.
was it, but I didn't
So
notice.
yeah.
I didn't notice.
Speaking of bootlegs, people listening, what do you say? Do you say bootleg or do you say pirated? Because there is a culture difference
Oh,
between
for
what people
sure.
say.
Oh, for sure. I'm anti-piracy. I was like, you're what? I've been told that piracy is just it just is destroying the industry. I was like, bootlegs? Bootlegs?
First of
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
stick it to the man.
Yeah. 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 Oh man.
Me not buying a $10 DVD ain't doing squat.
Hey, there used to be a place where you could download stuff called the Pirates Bay. I just thought that was the coolest name. Pirates Bay. I was
There's a
like,
whole bunch of that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gone now. They're all gone now. But they're probably
There's
not.
still
I
there's
just
still
yeah,
not pirate. There's still like free streaming stuff, but
yeah, yeah.
you gotta click and it takes you to 10 different sites because of
Oh,
pop-up ads and stuff. And you're
yeah,
like, is
yeah,
this even worth me getting a
yeah,
virus?
yeah.
Yeah.
Jailbroken devices and all that good stuff. Mm, yeah,
Okay.
strange
And
times.
speaking of like new movies that are coming out or have came out, Japan made a new Godzilla movie,
Yes, minus.
-1.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's so funny.
supposedly it's really good.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, this is the best Godzilla movie we might have ever gotten. And I'm like, really?
is it Puppet Godzilla?
No, it's
I mean, is it man in a costume Godzilla?
No, no.
It's okay. I'm just making sure, bud. I'm just making sure.
Dad, it's 2023. About to be
Okay.
2024.
That doesn't mean anything. People are nostalgic. They're crazy.
Well, Japan made this.
They made
I,
the
I know, but I don't think they really cash in on the nostalgia, do they?
okay. I don't know. I don't know. But
Anyway, they said
yeah.
it's really good, and it's like takes it back to like the roots of like when Godzilla first came out,
Yeah.
like when it was, because you know it was like Godzilla was invented in the first place because the nukes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like going back to that type of like influence and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Like cautionary tale.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it a while ago, and it's so funny because in my notes I have something about Godzilla here because I'm so confused because you have -1, you have Monster Island, and then there's this Godzilla Kong New Empire thing that
Well,
I was like, is that real? Like I'm just like there's a lot of Godzilla hit me at one time,
I
man.
don't know Monster Island. Basically, oh, the Apple show. I'm just seeing
Yeah.
this now. I had no idea about that. Basically, America's doing their thing and Japan's doing their thing.
Okay.
It's
Okay, I
not
got you.
connected at all.
Because Monster Island is a continuation of the series we've been getting
Oh,
with John
which isn't
Goodman,
that good.
has John Goodman in it and stuff like that. But then I'm like, so when I saw the Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire, I was like, wait, is it real or isn't it real? Like, but then there's a video that said there were displays at cons of from I don't know if it's real or not, or if it's like there's a trailer, but I don't, me and fan being shit. I
Yeah,
gotta.
you get really, your feed is awful with that.
Well, at least I ask you. I'm like, yo, is this real? Because IGN had one, and I
If
was like, okay, but I'm like, is that
for
real or not?
trailers, if it's not from the studio posting it, it is fake.
You're no fun.
I'm just like, we're talking about millions of dollars. The studio is gonna market their own stuff.
Well, when you get some time, look up that New Empire and tell me if it's real or not. I don't know.
I will.
So, yeah.
But yeah, that came out. I'm actually might go try and see it. Maybe.
Oh, they're showing it out there. I won't be anywhere
Yeah,
around here.
they are.
Yeah.
And one interesting take review I heard was, well, once you see the movie, and not just after you see the movie, but when you think about Godzilla and stuff, you're like, why is America making this movie? It's kind of messed
Right.
up,
Yeah. Yeah.
like to
Right.
begin with, like what it came out of and stuff.
Yeah. 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 They're like, hey, we think we make some money on this? Fuck it.
Yeah, looks
Like,
cool.
we'll call it Oppenheimer. No, I mean, yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
No, no.
Yeah. Well, another trailer dropped this week.
Yeah, I know. I already know what you're gonna say.
What am I going to say, bud?
Mad Max.
Furiosa. Her name is Furiosa. That alone, you should want to see that movie. Like I got so geeked. I literally did that thing I do where I tell your mother a story I've already told her, and she's like, "You already told me, but I don't care. I still tell it again because I couldn't help it, bud. It was me and you.
And now you're gonna tell it now.
That's right, baby. So it was me and you at the theater seeing Fury Road on a humbug. On a
Mm-hmm.
humbug. Like to this day, I can't tell you why we chose to see that movie. I
I
was
don't know either.
I was like slightly intrigued. And I mean, because I
I
remember
had
my man,
no idea. I saw that first like teaser and I was like, I don't know what Mad
yeah,
Max is.
yeah. And Sergi was like, "Hey, man, they got the car in it." And I was like, "They do got the OG car." So I was like, maybe, because I wasn't like an over the top Mad Max fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, it looks pretty decent. But how many people were in that theater? It was me, you, maybe two other people. I don't
Maybe
know. I
not
don't
a
know.
lot.
I don't know. But the rest of the world was in the wrong place because all I know is when we were looking at that screen, I told your mama, said, babe, there was literally a point, probably what, halfway through the movie, edge of my seat, literally. I look
Yeah, I
over.
was upright.
Yeah, yeah, you're edge of your seat. I said, buddy, this movie is so fucking hard. And you were like, Dad, I know. I know. I was like, oh my gosh, this movie. I went back to work, told everybody, yo, go see Fury Road. Go. Everybody's like, oh no. I'm like, no, I'm telling you. One man listened to me. That man's name was Shane Bowman. Shane came to work, was like, witness me. And I was like, right? I was like, he's like, dog, that movie was so hard. I'm like, I know. I was like, and I feel like if you didn't get to see Fury Road in the theater, you missed out on something just like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't say that about a lot of movies. Like, I mean, I watch a
Yeah.
lot of shit on DVD. I've only watched Fury Road like probably twice on DVD because I still love it. But when we were in a theater, bud, it's like you felt that shit. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, they're driving through the desert. There's all the colors, and the guy's playing the guitar, and you're just like, I don't even know what's happening. What kind of world is this? I wish I was there. That's all I know. And now they're making another one, and George Miller's in
After 8 years,
after 8 years.
by the time it comes out, it'll be 9.
Wow, and
And yeah, we saw that. I think it was more crazy because, like you said, it was on a humbug,
on a humbug.
and
That's
so it was like blew me away. I was like, whoa, this is actually kind of good. And then I was like, this is insane.
yes,
And I did the same thing. I was like, go see this movie. What are you
yeah,
guys doing? Like, see this movie. This is like
yeah,
one of the best movies I've ever seen. And everyone's
yeah.
like, what are you
Everybody's just like,
talking
ah.
about? And no one saw it in theaters. I'm
Yeah,
like, that was the best movie
yeah,
I've ever seen in theaters. And I
yeah,
know I'm gonna see that first weekend, the new
yeah.
one, in
Oh,
IMAX on the
and
big screen.
oh
And it's gonna
yes,
be
yes,
bananas.
yes. You can tell by the trailer that it's going to be visually just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started to explain to your mom, I said, "Do you see the stuff going on? Like just how it looks." I like, "There's a lot of stuff going on here, babe." And she's just like, "Okay, babe." I'm like, "No." I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's one of the greatest action movies of all time.
dude,
And
and he
I'll
was
die on that hill.
how old was George Miller? Was he like 80 when he made that?
No,
Like,
he's not 80 now.
what is he,
He's
72? 72?
he's close to 80.
Making action,
Making the best
yeah,
movie,
yeah,
action
making
movie ever.
practical effects, just
Hmm.
like gosh, and her name is Furiosa, bud. You saw Hemsworth in the trailer, right? With the
Yeah,
prosthetic
so
nose.
yeah, like when they said Chris Hemsworth, I was like, that's him. I was
But
like, oh, and because he kind of
yeah,
sounds different too. I'm like, look at
boy, Australian
Hemsworth.
accent. He's busting out the old
Yeah,
accent. He's speaking his real accent.
he's natty. He's
Yeah,
natty.
he's not. Yes, but he when I saw him, I didn't know it was him. Same
Me
thing. Like,
neither.
and
That first shot.
he's the first
Yeah.
thing you see in the trailer is him turning around.
Yeah,
And then they showed his name, and I said, "Wait a second, where the hell was Chris Hemsworth?" And I said, "Oh my god, he has a
that's
prosthetic."
him.
What did he say? Can you make it epic? And I said, "Oh
Mm,
my god!" When they showed her hand, the side, I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
yeah.
And
And
that
what's her
girl,
face? Yeah, she's
she's
like the new big thing.
she's a
Aaron
beast.
Ann Taylor Joy, I think's her name.
She's yeah, she's a three namer. Yep,
Yeah,
she's because she was dope. I saw Northman. She was
she was
incredible
in
in that.
that.
She's everything she does. She was in Queen's Gambit. She's
Yeah,
just good.
she's done some big things.
She has really good shot selection.
Or is it Anya Taylor Joy?
It's probably Anya. Probably
Yeah,
Anya.
it's spelled with a Y.
She's artsy. No, I think it would have to be.
She's British,
It's
so
Finn. Finn. The movie's gonna end. It's gonna be Finn.
Finn.
But yeah, people, if you get a chance, please go see Furiosa. And
You
just
have
really,
to in
yeah.
theaters.
I
You have to
mean,
see it in theaters.
rent Fury Road just so you're familiar with what's about to happen, you
Hmm.
know, because you're I mean, that's just like getting a little taste at this point because you're gonna get the main line when you see it in theater because the theater is the main line. It's the main line. It's just not like at home. When you're in a theater and you see that dude's work, the colors, the sound, everything. It's just like,
Everything works
wow.
together, and
Yes.
it's like such easy action to follow and
Yes.
everything. And
But the review I read for Fury Road, I'll never forget it. It wasn't even a good review. It was like a middling review. And they said basically they drive from one place to another place, then they drive back. And yeah, that's
that
exactly
is
what
it.
happens in that. That's exactly
And
what
you
happens in that
are
movie.
glued to the screen from
So,
start to finish.
yep, there and back again, baby. And you watch the whole thing. Like,
That script
yep,
had to be 10 pages.
10 baby. Hey, gonna blow some shit up here, blow some shit up here. Some shit here.
Sprinkle some dialogue
Yeah,
every once in a
yeah,
while.
yeah. Turn it around. Tom Hardy's in it. He has 6 lines. He's like Max. He's like, my name is Max.
Hmm.
That's about it. That's about it. Where are we
Yeah.
going? Where are we going? Oh, that movie. Whew. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I want to
I'm
watch it
really
now. Now I'm thinking,
yeah.
I'm like,
Well, that's what I said to your mom. I said, "Do
Blu-ray's
we have?" I said, "Do we
crazy.
have Fury Road here, or did Julius take it?" I was like,
I
"Because was that
think I
yours?
took it.
Was that you? Oh, you got that on
No, I think
Blu-ray?
it's there. It's there. No,
No.
this was no. It was when I was a kid. I had no money for Blu-ray, so I had to get DVD.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up, man, because I need to watch that.
That's
Because
when
that,
Blu-ray was still like
yeah,
expensive.
yeah, it was elite
Yeah.
4K.
Now 4K. No, it's
Yeah.
4K is a different thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
4K. That's
Yeah,
the expensive one now.
4K. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Oh well, I need to see it again because man, that shit got me hype,
hmm
hype.
And I'm sure it'll be good. Like this new
Furiosa.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the end of the trailer. Her head was shaved.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I miss
rewatch. I
that?
watched. I watched it 4 times. Yeah,
Oh.
I watched it 4 times that day. I sent it to you. Then I sent it to you. I sent it to Dinkins. I sent it to Sergi. I sent it to Shane. Like I just was like, boom, 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 boom. Everybody I just want to appreciate it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I just kept watching. Then I watched it again yesterday. I said, "Here, babe." While I was getting ready to go out to dinner, I said, "Here, babe, watch this trailer while I'm getting ready." Your mom was like, "What?" And yeah, she was like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, man."
I was gonna bring up Jujutsu Kaisen as always.
You want to do it now? Okay, go ahead. What's up? Did you watch it this week?
Yeah, I watched it. I watch it every
Yeah.
week.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
They're just I'm fine, but God, they're just killing everybody left and right.
Everybody.
And
But
they are
that
not nice about it.
no, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like yeah, spoilers, people, if you didn't know. Yeah, yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, her Nobara, however you
Yeah,
say her name.
yeah. I mean, there's still hope, but not really. I
Yeah,
mean,
as soon as he
I mean,
touched her, I'm like,
yeah. But
God.
it was like,
Yep. It was just silent. And I'm
yeah,
like, here we go.
yeah. I hate Mahito or whatever. I
I
hate him
hate him
so bad. I
too.
hate him so bad. I
So
hate him so bad.
before that, when Itadori started giving him the hands,
The
I'm like,
business.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
He's going
yeah,
crazy. And
yeah,
then like he touched the girl or whatever, and the one clone came at him and he just punched him and
yeah,
he hit the wall and
yeah,
his head
yeah,
just splattered.
yeah.
I'm
He just
like,
murked him. Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, it's about to
yeah,
go down.
yeah. Usually, because he was like, "Run," and she was like,
Yeah.
"Rrr." Like, what do you mean, run?
hmm
Like, no, no. This is not. This is the
Yeah.
real. This is the real thing. Yeah, that was animated really well.
It
Like
was.
even like how like they were running and he didn't see her behind the copy at first because he thought they were going to merge.
hmm
And then he saw her and was realized that they were going to just run right by each other. And he
Yeah.
was like, oh, because that's that dude's whole plan is to just break him emotionally
Yep. Yep.
before he breaks him physically. And it's working. It's so sad. It
It
was so
is.
sad. Yeah.
I figured she's gonna die as soon as it was like 1v1. I didn't know
Yeah.
she's gonna die like that.
I
I did
mean,
not.
yeah, it sucks.
An interesting theory I was told by my friend Imari, Imari,
Mm-hmm.
was that it's a theory that the people, in Jujutsu Kaisen, they can't see Sukuna's tattoos when he's taken over Itadori.
They
Like
don't know.
they don't know because like there's a couple moments. Like one moment is why did she hesitate when he said like move or run?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
she saw him first and she didn't know whether it was Itadori or the guy that just blew up the city.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah.
like, so that's why she was like Yuji or whatever. She was like
Had to make sure.
confused
You had to make sure it was
for
him.
seeing
Yeah.
him. And another moment when what he dropped off Megami to the principal,
Mm-hmm.
and the principal was like, "Was that Yuji or is that Sukuna?" Because he
I
saw him in
got
a
you.
split
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. He only saw him for a
And
second.
yeah, and I guess in the manga too, when Sukuna teleported and he told the people like don't move or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that Panda was like Yuji question mark, like he was
Yeah.
confused. So
Yeah.
like there's like hints that
That they can't tell the difference.
yeah, because like the tattoos are just to show the audience who's who, but like
Mm.
that the characters like it's just still Yuji. And
Mm.
like that's an interesting play because that would be dangerous.
Very much so. That makes
Yeah,
sense. And I can see that. I mean, as you know, I am current in the manga.
as I know. You
But
never hesitate to tell me.
I mean, I was trying to, but I mean, you're
You did
throwing
good
theory.
today. You did good
Yeah,
today.
you're throwing theories out there, and I'm just like, you know what? I mean, I know some things, but that does make sense. That does make sense. It does make sense. Um, I I just so right, yeah. On the anime, Gojo's locked away, right?
Hmm.
I just found out that has been it's been over 2 years real time in the manga. Like that happened in the manga 2 years ago.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, wow, like as a reader, that must have just been brutal.
Yeah.
Like it's been 2 years, over 2 years since he got locked away, since Shibuya started. That's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, that's wild. It's pretty fucking wild.
By next season, they'll be caught up though.
Well, I will say this about the anime, like the stuff you see in the anime, it's definitely like a few chapters.
Hmm.
Like it's a few chapters. Like that fight with her, I'll just call her Nails and Mahito's
Yeah.
doppelganger. That was a few chapters, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't just, and it was a 20-minute episode. You
Hmm.
got to figure like that flashback she did when she was a kid, that was a whole chapter, you know.
I figured.
So
That kind of,
yeah,
honestly, I didn't really like that flashback, but whatever.
it was kind of hard to
Like,
see what the point of it was. But
yeah,
yeah.
because I was just like, my thing, I was like, okay, why are they giving us this now with her friend? Like her backstory now,
Yeah, her
just for her.
backstory. Yeah.
Like, this would have been more effective if it was like a couple episodes ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
or like in the beginning of the show, so we like understood a character more. It just, to me, it just slowed down the pacing of
No,
the
I get
death.
it. They wanted to make, I mean, but that's the thing. As soon as, even if I didn't read it, once you start watching it and that flashback happens, you're like, oh, she gonna die. Like
Yo, yeah,
you're
yeah, it
like,
was guarantee.
yeah, she gonna
Is
die.
that's the trope.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, yeah, you
As
get
soon as
that.
like a flashback happens, or it's like that beginning of the episode, they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to do this today
Yeah,
with
you're
you."
like, you ain't never gonna
You
get to
gonna
do it,
die.
baby.
Yeah,
You gonna die.
you gonna die.
Mm, yep.
But she wasn't
Yeah.
my favorite character, but I was still sad when she died.
Well, that's the thing though. I was really hoping to see what she developed into.
Yeah, it was like,
Especially the way she was fighting him. I was like, oh, she's a
mm-hmm.
beast. Because I always was
Yeah,
like, I don't really dig her
she's
skill,
weak. Yeah, I was like,
yeah, her
she's
skill set.
limited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in reality, she kind of has more going on than we realize, I think. So I
She
don't know,
just
but
wasn't utilized well.
after her death on the anime, I was watching that intro and I'm like, I don't know. I'm coming up with a theory on the intro. It's not anything yet, but I'm just like, I don't know, because I mean, motherfuckers are dying, bud. And I'm like, is there anybody on his intro that's still alive? I'm like looking at it now, like, is there a
Mm,
reason they're all walking in the way they're walking? Is this like a death parade? Like, what's going on? Because it's like you are my special. I'm like, he
yeah.
dead, he dead, he dead, she dead, he
uh,
dead, he dead. I'm like, hmm. But yeah, it's still jumping Johnny DeFazio, as your pap would
yeah.
say. It's still
It's still
jumping.
good. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah. Which leads me to what I Thursdays are like the best day of the week for me because I get a new episode of the anime and I get a new episode of the manga. So it's a
Chapter?
good yeah, chapter, sorry. So it's a good day for me. Um I did finally get caught up on One Piece this well today because I like slacked all week. So I'm on episode 227. So
Wow.
I'm still making good time. Yeah, and it's still good. I mean, there's not really a lot I can say. Couple episodes back, I got to see one of Monkey D. Luffy's iconic looks. Like, and I don't buy figurines, but I was looking at figurines after I saw it. It's Afro Luffy, and it might be the funniest shit ever. I want to get a T-shirt. He's a boxer, and he got a fake afro, and he's
Okay, I
sideburns,
gotta see
and he
this.
says, "But he's talking jive. He's talking jive. It's so terrible. I love it. I love it. Like I was like, I
Luffy
get that.
is.
Yeah, man, Afro Luffy. He's the dude. he's like, he's like, I'm gonna give. Oh, and I'm like, why is he talking like that? It's so terrible. Amazing.
Do
It's
they actually have
amazing.
figurines of
Oh
it? Oh
yes,
yeah, I'm looking at one
yes,
right
yeah.
now. Yep.
Anthony sent me a link. I was like, oh, I need that. Like, I need that. Like, Afro Luffy is my dude. So yeah.
Because that's PC.
Oh, I know, right? Afro Luffy. I'm like, I love it because I love how they do minority characters in anime, anyways. Because it's
Yeah.
always a hot mess. It's always just so absurd that I'm like, I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad.
Most of
I'm
the
like,
time they're drawing them like they did in the 30s. And I'm
yes,
like,
yes, it's so ridiculous. Like, but I'm like, I don't
they
know.
mean no offense by
Yeah,
it.
they're
That's
just
the
like, hey,
thing where I'm like,
they're like, hey, we're just doing what we do. They're like, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm still really enjoying One Piece. Really enjoying One
that's
Piece.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, did you happen to see the Boys trailer?
No,
You don't
I don't watch The
yeah, you
Boys.
don't watch the
I
Boys.
don't watch The Boys. I missed the hype train and
You
because have you
know.
been watching Gen 5?
No.
Really? I heard that's just The Boys season 3.5.
Well, Simony Cricket watched it and she told me she really enjoyed it. She was here, doing crafts
I
with
heard
your
it's
mom.
good. Like people say it's
Yeah.
like one of the best shows of the year.
Yeah, she said it was really good. And I guess apparently because of response to Gen V, the creators of the boys added two more seasons to the boys. I guess because I don't know if this season was supposed to be the last one, but now there's going to be two more as opposed to one more.
Wasn't that your fear of
Yeah.
The Boys?
Well, I'm afraid for this season, but I watched the trailer and it looked interesting. Today I watched the trailer and it looked interesting, but I've been concerned about the boys for a while now.
I know.
Just story wise,
Two
that
more seasons? That's 6 seasons. That's a lot of any show.
yeah, yeah. But see, I don't know if they mean two as in like this one and one more, or this one then two more. You know what I mean? Because they said two more seasons before this season came out. So I don't know.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like a 1, 2, 3 go or 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? I don't know. But
yeah.
I I like the boys. I'll watch this season. Um I'll watch it until I'm over it, basically. And once I'm over it, I'll be like, I don't give a fuck, you know. But from what I saw in the trailer, they're definitely going in different directions, but they're trying to keep some of the other beats, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe I will.
I'm actually gonna watch The Boys. I've been meaning to. Just forget Amazon Prime's a thing till the new show comes out.
Yeah. And I mean, like Jack Reacher starts here in 2 weeks as well.
Mm,
So season two of that. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a good reason to have Prime. Invincible's on there, and
yeah,
I'm
just
now I'm now 3 episodes behind. I haven't watched it since episode one.
well, you have time because they're taking that like 2 month break to air the rest of the 4 episodes.
Why?
That's just what they're doing.
It was gone for a
I
year,
thought we
wasn't it?
talked about that. I thought I brought that up.
Was I drunk?
I think we gonna drink, yeah.
We gonna drink, but I mean, was that
Um,
was that was that
I swear I brought
the
that
four
up.
loco was that four locos night that you
No,
brought?
no, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, they it had been 2 years. It's been two
Yeah,
and a half years. And yeah, they gave us 4 episodes, and I want to say it's 2 months. It's at least 2 months till we get the other four.
and we're only
And, pe-
getting 8.
and people are just like, "What?"
But
I think we're only getting 8 too.
so is
Yeah,
season 3 in the bag already?
I I don't know. I have no idea.
What the fuck?
I would hope they're continuously making it because
Yeah,
they know
if
how much they have ahead. You know
yeah,
what
like you were 2 years in between season 1 and 2, which I understand,
I understand
kinda,
that.
kinda.
Kind of 2.5 years. I don't like that's long.
Like
That's
I don't.
long.
I mean, it ain't like the quality
Especially
ain't.
when I see because I wanted to continue. Remember,
Right.
I did bring this up because I was talking about the animation.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten any better.
No,
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, this took you 2.5 years.
yeah. When the
I will
story's
say
already,
this
you already had the
last,
story. Go
we already
ahead.
had this.
Yeah.
This last episode, there was a moment I was like, oh, they're upping it a little bit. They put a little focus on it, and then it just like went back to normal.
Yeah.
They started doing the shortcuts again. Like
Yeah.
at this point when they do the shortcuts, I'm not even an animation person, but I'm like it feels like I'm watching Hanna-Barbera where I can see, oh, they're doing this to save money.
Seriously.
Not to that extent, but
But I get what you're saying. Like
yeah,
you're
like
like,
it literally went from this good fight scene to literally images of bam, bam, like big hits.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
I'm you're it's not as bad as I'm saying it is, but it's like decent hand to hand, and it does
Yeah.
cut to just the
A
punches.
big, yeah, big pow, pow. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
and
same
I'm like,
money.
wow, you literally gave me 20 seconds of I was like, oh, okay, this is looking good.
Wow.
So that's why I'm at. I do still love the show. It's still a really good show. But
Yeah.
God, Amazon, have
Have all the money. All
you
the
really
money.
do. Like, and I'm not kinda I talked to someone before that was working on like an Amazon show, and they're like, yeah, it's really interesting because they just have an endless amount of money, so you kind of like have no pressure to like, to do
Yeah.
stuff that you'd be worrying about before.
Wow. Little pressure helps though, I think,
It
creatively.
does, but I'm just to bring up the point of how is it lackluster when
Yeah, you
you
have all the
are,
money
yeah.
and no pressure.
Hmm.
Yeah. I have a question for you. You don't have to answer it. It's about being like a creative because you were talking about pressure and stuff. Have you don't have to answer, but have you ever had a muse?
No.
No, I was just wondering.
What?
I was like, what?
What?
Well, I was saying like how pressure that you were like pressure. I said sometimes pressure is good creatively, like it is, and so
Hmm.
and like also like there are things that inspire you, like a muse. And I was just wondering, have you ever had a muse? That's
Like
all I was
like
asking.
a woman that
I mean, yeah, I
what
guess a
is a
woman.
muse expression?
Yeah,
Like
someone
what is
that
the difference?
inspires someone that inspires you.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, the mythology muses were like females that did inspire artists.
Hmm.
But like in the real world, people will say, yeah, well, she was my muse, like Layla. Like
I've never
Eric Clapton
no.
wrote Layla about a woman named Layla. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, so Vane was about I don't even know James. I don't even know. She wrote You Sure Vain about somebody. I forget. I always want to say JC from JC and the Sunshine Band, but it wasn't. So, anyways, I was just wondering because people can motivate you and inspire you too. Just thought I'd ask, bud. Thought I'd
Well,
ask.
thanks for
Well,
doing that on the podcast.
we're just talking. I didn't ask you to say who. I was just
Well, I
asking.
already said no,
Well,
so
all right,
there
yeah.
isn't one.
All right. Well, hey, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right. Anyways, moving on. Sorry. Jeez, man.
Anyways, I don't even remember what I was talking
We were talking
about with
about the
Invincible. I know,
Invincible,
but there's something I had to say with that too.
the quality of the animation.
Oh, but no, it ended good. I'm excited to see where it's going.
Yeah.
These next 4 episodes. I want to bring up something a while back. Remember when we were talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender and
Mm-hmm.
the movies, the
Mm-hmm.
animated movies that will be coming out in like two
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
years? And I said they won't make like I said they won't make 300 million.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna change that answer a little bit solely because the Netflix show is coming out.
Mm. Okay.
So I think it will make between 300 and 500,
That's a big
but
difference
not.
between
I said it was gonna make under three, but over 100.
if it makes over three, that's a massive win for the franchise.
It is,
Massive.
but
If it's
I thought before the live action trailer and everything dropped, it was not making over. It was not
I know
making
you did.
300.
And I disagree with you then.
I know.
So now I'm happy that you changed your mind. I mean,
I
because
just want to say why I'm changing my mind.
well, why you're changing your mind? Okay, we get it, we get it. But I mean, I'm just saying, bud, you changed your mind. You've seen the light.
I didn't see the
Um,
light. I realized other factors are gonna play a part. Now, if there wasn't for the show, I would stand by my opinion. But that's all I had to say with Avatar.
well, I feel that if it doesn't have that mouse on it, it's an uphill battle for any animated film. So
Hmm.
I'd like to see Avatar do really well, and I think it will. The thing, but if it ain't Spider Man, if it ain't Disney and it ain't Spider Man, and it's animated, it's
If
good
it ain't
luck.
Spider-Man now.
Now, yeah. I mean, good luck.
That took them a minute. It wasn't until this
So,
second one.
so I mean, yeah, truthfully.
Think about it.
So
The first one I did made it. I think it made 300 worldwide.
yeah, then it made that hit. It won an Academy Award, and people
Mm-hmm.
were like, "Oh, was it good? Yeah, I fucking told you it was good. Like, it's the best Spider-Man movie they ever
Yeah.
made."
You see my reasoning though? Like Spider-Man
Yeah, no,
cartoon
I see what you're
made
saying.
300,
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
one.
I mean, we've talked about this
Tell me
multiple
an
times.
anime thing looking
Yeah,
thing.
but we've talked about it. I don't understand American viewers. I don't understand why if it's a cartoon, they automatically assume it's for kids. Like there's like, I mean, and they'll watch like if I say to your grandma, you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a really compelling story. You'll really enjoy it. She'll laugh. She'll go, Matthew, and then I'll come over there and she'll be watching some movie on Hallmark, and I'll be like, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, Grandma, I'll be like, Mom, you're watching,
hmm
17th Christmas or something ridiculous on Hallmark, and tell me how good it is. But if I tell you that this cartoon is actually good, it's just like you just don't want to hear it because it's a cartoon, and that's just the craziest thing. But
I
everybody's
think
like
that's
that.
just because of how the history of American cartoons
This is crazy.
from the
This is
start to
yeah.
them, from the Looney Tunes to the Mouses.
Well, when do you think cartoons really got that whole like these are for kids push? It wasn't early Tom and Jerry, and it wasn't
It
early
wasn't
Looney
then
Tunes.
because yeah, it wasn't then. They had the childish aspect, but
Mhm.
you would still go to the Nickelodeon and watch them, right?
Right,
For all ages.
right, right.
I want to say it was when TV was introduced because now you're
Mhm.
in your home and advertising, right?
Yeah,
Okay, we gotta sell this cereal. How are we gonna sell this cereal?
the Flintstones.
The Flintstone. Oh, kids love the
Mhm.
Flintstones. Let's push
I think
this.
I think the cereal came first. Isn't that a thing? Isn't wasn't that the
Oh,
thing with
I
the
don't know.
Flintstones?
Oh, I
That
was
they
just saying as an
yeah
example, like you're
yeah.
gonna, oh, let's sell this thing. Oh, kids like this thing. We're gonna put them
Mhm.
together.
Oh, that was all the cartoons from my youth. They were glorified
Yeah,
commercials,
yeah,
but still,
exactly. Meanwhile, in
yeah,
Japan, you have
just storytelling.
there. Yeah, there wasn't like
But I was
as
watching
fine a line.
I was watching a video about mangas that you should be reading, or like mangas, top 10 manga to read before they get too hot. And it was like just the stories alone. I was like, whoa, that's a what? Like, like one's like a hitman's boss tells him he's like killed like 71 people in this amount of time and he needs to take a break because he's getting too hot. So he sends him on like a vacation, an extended vacation with like his handler. And his only rule is like relax, don't kill anybody. And then like the whole series is about him trying to like
Is this a comedy one?
it's
It
it
sounds like a
no it's
comedy.
it kind of is, but it's really
I
violent
think.
because he kind of
Uh,
ends up becoming like a vigilante, I guess,
uh,
because as he stays in his village he gets close to the people, and then when shit happens, you know what I mean, he wants to
huh.
put a, and it was like really interesting. I'm like, man, I might read that. I was like, but
Yeah,
it's like just something like you don't see, you know, in
it's
Merc.
tricky. It's tricky with that stuff because sometimes, like, yeah, it sounds like a really good premise, and then the execution just doesn't do it for me. That's
Well,
with anything, though.
yeah, well, the thing with like anime, like how you like your homie, like Amari, he watches like the sports animes and stuff. I can't watch that stuff. I don't understand it. But you'll tell me they're good, and I'm like, I can't watch an anime about
Mm,
soccer. I can't do it. I need to see people hit each other. Like I can't do it. But people dig them.
that's just
There's a,
you.
and that's what I mean. I know people like
Yeah.
them, but it's like, and I've never really tried because I just have no interest in trying that. But I know there's like a huge, obviously there's a huge fucking market for it.
hmm
But I'm like, man, hmm. But I'm like robots and people fighting. That's my thing. And if you got a sword, I'm going to watch it. So,
Yeah.
so yeah. Oh, speaking of which, did you see the Shogun trailer?
No.
It's Shogun. I think it's going to be on. I want to say like
Is it live
FX.
action?
It's live action. Shogun was a mini series that came out in the 1980 in like 1980. It was like one of those epic TV miniseries that they used to do in the 80s. Like it'd be like a 5-day event, 2-hour episodes. Like it'd be like, and like I remember your Pat being like, I got Shogun on tape, Matt. I'd be like, okay, Dad, let's watch Shogun, like because it came out like
Yeah.
in 1980 and it's about like I don't know if it's a true story. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's about like a white man coming to like feudal Japan when like their borders were like closed, like white people were killed on sight type shit. And he comes to like negotiate with like the shogun of Japan and then like falls in love with his daughter and murder and all kind of shit ensue. Well,
Mm-hmm.
they remade it and it looks like it has more of a like authentic feel than it did in 1980. Like it's more
Yeah,
of
I'm sure
like,
1980
yeah,
was
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stereotypical.
yeah. But it seems
Probably
like
was still
now,
entertaining though.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was horror. Dude walking around in a
Yeah.
kimono. He got red hair, walking around.
White dude, yeah.
Like all of a sudden, they gave him a sword. It was like he was a natural. He could just kill all these samurai been trained their whole life.
He's
Amazing.
like he's a
Yeah,
descendant
yeah,
all-star baseball player, so
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same
He's just the same
mechanics.
mechanics. It's like he's the natural. He's Roy Hobbs' son. But so yeah, so the new one looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Um,
FX makes
yeah.
good stuff,
Yeah, I
so
think it's FX. I could be wrong because
mhm.
lately I've been wrong. So it's but
it's
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 definitely
it's like TBS.
yeah, it'll be TV.
How big
Shut
dad?
up. You'll be like that.
This show ain't gonna be good.
You're like you were drunk when you watched that trailer. I'll be like, no, I wasn't. No, it was gonna be good. You'll be like, Tyler Perry produced it. I'll be like, no, he didn't, damn it. Tyler Perry's Shogun. Oh fuck. Anyways, that'd be so bad. Oh my
That would
god.
be
That'd be
awful.
off. Wow. So yeah, check out Shogun though. I have a good feeling about it. I really do. Samurai swords, feudal Japan, just like my show Blue Eye Samurai, which you
Yeah, I
haven't
heard that was
finished.
good. Then start it. Heard that was really good.
I won't spoil.
I am gonna watch it though.
I told you the highest praise I got. The highest praise I got was from Marshall, who likes nothing, and specifically called me to tell me to watch Blue Eye Samurai. And I was like, you don't like anything. And he was like, yeah, this isn't perfect. It isn't perfect, but I give it like a 9 out of 10. I was like, holy shit. And then I watched it. I'm not sure. He said, you'll know. He said, you'll know the issue I have with it. And I don't. Like, I watched it and was like,
Interesting.
your mom watched part of it and was like, you're watching this again? I would have watched that. That's what she said because she watched
Yeah,
one
that's
episode.
you told me that, and that's when I was
Yeah.
like, that show must be good.
Yeah, because your mom doesn't watch cartoons. So your
Oh.
mom, yeah, it was good. It's good, but it's good. And it's violent, which it's just amazes me how violent cartoons are right now. We're like in this weird period where they're making movies that are happen to be animated. So they're just like they take liberties with sex, violence,
Hmm.
storytelling. It's pretty wild. I'm enjoying it. But it's good. So yeah, people, Blue Eye Samurai, 9 point 8 on Netflix on IMDb or something
Nah, it's
crazy.
not that high.
Nine is it 9.0? I know it's a 9.
Yeah, Dad, you said 9.8.
I mean, but I keep telling you, I'm a storyteller, not a historian. Man, I once caught a fish this big.
It's
What is
8.9 now. It went down. It was a
oh
9 though. It was a 9.
it was a
It
9.
was. It
Yeah.
was. 9
Yeah.
point.
8. 8. Same numbers. I just flipped them around.
Hmm.
That's
You
the
know,
stuff
went
I
up. I just saw, you know what went up?
what? What went
Attack on
up?
Titan.
Went
Attack on
up
Titan went
how?
up.
You know how many people have to review it for it to go up?
Yeah.
Like it's easy to go down. Going back up is not.
I swear it used to not, it's a 9.1. It was not like that before.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because
I'm
it's
gonna
the
watch
GOAT.
that. It's
It's the
come
GOAT.
on, you're talking real reckless right now.
It's one of
Real
the
reckless.
best.
Yeah, that
It's
sounds
on
about
Mount
right.
Rushmore.
Is it Mount Everest?
Right.
No, Mount Rushmore. I still think I told Tom King Mount Everest because I was so starstruck. I do, but
No, you said Mount
I
Rushmore.
did say Rushmore.
Yeah.
Okay, you'd have probably nudged me like that. I'm like, what? What did I say, boy? Man, yeah. Well, but I actually
That's
went to
all I
Mount.
have.
Really?
That's all I
Okay,
have.
well, what? Hey, I meant to ask you, how is your fantasy league going? You've been
Mm.
oddly silent about your fantasy.
Because I don't want to jinx anything.
Oh, you and your
So
jinxing, man.
so I'm
It's
in
okay.
2 leagues.
True indeed.
My one league, I'm good. Like I'm in the playoffs.
Word.
I'm 8 and
Word.
4.
Okay.
Like got the fourth most points scored.
Okay.
I think second most points scored against me though. So just to
Yup.
say it. Yeah. But I'm making the playoffs. Like there's only 2 games left in the regular season. I'm good in that league. Now my other league, I drafted very similar teams, but since drafting, I've worked the waiver wires or whatever. So they're different teams now. Anyway,
Okay.
that league, I'm 5-7.
Really?
Most points scored against me, third most points scored in the league, or second most points scored in the league, something like that.
But
I'm
you have
gonna
the second most points scored in the league, but third
I have
most
the
score.
third most scored. I have the first most scored against me.
The first.
The first by a lot, by like
What?
100. So I'm like, I just got
What?
bad setups. But I'm 5-7. The thing is, if I win this next game, I can make the playoffs. The
Oh.
Because the way it's working, I will be in my division. There's two divisions in my one league. In my division, it's all close. There's two guys already going, but if I win this next game, I will be ranked. I will have the most wins out of my division compared to the other two people that
Yeah.
are on the
Yeah.
line. So I just need to win this game and I should be good. Like if I
Wow.
win this game and then if I win this game and the person, one of the people loses their game,
Hmm.
I'm good. Like I'm set. But if I win this game and if he wins his game, then I need to win my next game to have a
Mm.
so
Yeah.
we have the same record.
I
But
got
right
you.
now there's three of us that it could be any of us depending on how this week goes.
That's wild. I was wondering. I was like, wait, we haven't talked about your league. Wow.
Yeah, because that league just been making me angry because I'm just like,
Mm.
man, some days I'm like, you really didn't do nothing for me. Like one player, I'm like, really you did this to me. Or that's the person I go up against.
Yeah.
Like this week, who I'm facing, I'm like, oh, money. I was like, I should win. Unless everyone on my team just does awful for some reason, I'm set. I'm locked. Well,
Mm.
guess what? Some person on his team had the best game of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah. He
know, if
went. He
you
went. He went
keep up,
ham.
yeah, if you keep up with fantasy, DK Metcalf just did
Yeah,
crazy.
that like was on the news. He had
Yeah,
like a career game or something crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
3 touchdowns, like 115 receiving yards.
yeah, yeah.
That was his best all season, and I guess you're saying it's the best of his career.
I think, but
Probably.
you can't trust my
I
stats. But
think
yeah,
so. I don't think
yeah,
he's ever caught 3 touchdowns,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
impressive. A touchdown gives you 6 points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Each reception gives you so many points. So I opened that and I was like, 37 points he scored, 37 and a half. One
You were
player.
like, what the fuck?
Luckily,
Yeah.
luckily the person I'm against also had Dallas's defense, so that gave him -3 points
Oh wow. Yeah.
because they just see the Seahawks scored so many points and had 400 scrimmage yards, so got him negative points. So I was like, okay, he's up by 33, and I have my whole team yet to play. But
Okay.
another tough thing why I'm nervous now, not just because of that, but because two of my starters, it's their bye week.
Mm.
So I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
So so I wasn't
Yeah.
nervous before, but then DK had the greatest game of his life. Plus, two of my starters are missing. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be luck. But the lucky
Yeah.
thing is, the person I'm against, two of his starters are also on their bye week. So it's
Ah,
like
nice.
it's 50-50. Literally, if he wins, it's just God has it out against me because the dude hasn't scored over 100 points in like the past 3 weeks. So it's gonna take a lot for me to lose.
Mm.
Like
Good
if I'm
luck.
telling you, if I lose, it's they have to have the worst games of their career of the season.
Hey, that's why we play the game, bud.
Yeah,
Any
that's
get
my
any
little
any
rant. You
any
see,
give us. I see now.
because I just want to make the playoffs, just to say I made the playoffs. So I was working the wires and the waiver wires and
The
stuff.
waiver wire. I don't know
I
anything
was
about it.
working just
Yeah.
when people were like not on a team and you pick them
Ah.
up.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, and some
Yeah.
people drop people, and then I'm like, oh,
I'll take
I
them.
picked up a couple,
Yeah. Here you go.
changed my game around. I'm
Yeah.
five and
Hey.
I was 3-7.
Yeah.
Or wait, not 3-7. I was like 2-7, something crazy.
What? Oh, you were
Yeah,
doing terrible.
I was doing
Wow.
bad, but I was like, I have the most points scored against me by a lot. It's not even like my team was doing bad.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was just like the people that I was up against just were having the best games of the
Yeah.
year every time.
Wow. Change your game or change your
Yeah.
name. Wow. We.
And by fate,
Here you
I
are.
may have a losing record,
Yeah.
but there's two other guys that also
Yeah.
have the same losses in the division as
Yeah.
me.
No, I get what you're
So I'm
saying about it.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. You lost. You won enough and lost enough in your
and
division.
the two
Yeah.
other guys have also.
Yeah. I got you.
But thankfully, I have the most points out of the three. So like, I just have to win this next game.
Right. Well, for those of you who are still following Coach Prime, that is still a thing.
Oh
The
man,
Colorado Buffaloes still exist, and Coach Prime will be back next year, hopefully
nice.
with a better offensive line because he
Not
is
surprised.
heavily recruiting linemen.
Cool.
Um,
You know the
yeah,
Pac-12 is no more.
really,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
done
Because
after
wait,
this.
they're going to be called. Well, yeah, because the Colorado Buffaloes are moving to
All the
the
teams are
to,
moving.
yeah
There's
to
like
the.
all but three teams that like were going to a different division or something
So
crazy.
you don't remember the Big East? That was what Pitt was in the Big East.
No.
It was just like perfect. The Big East. It was like Pitt, UConn, WVU. Like it was the Big East. Made sense. Gone.
There's so many. I don't understand college sports just because there's so many different, you
Well, they
know.
try to make them competitive.
hmm
You know,
The
going to
Pac-12 is big. They said something like over 100 plus, like 120 years or something.
Pat. Yeah, yeah. It's been around for a while.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
but I don't know. I don't know. I
There's
don't follow
something
that.
with marketing and stuff like money.
Mm-hmm. That's what it all boils down to. What it
Yeah,
all boils down to. I don't know. I really don't have anything left for the people. You know,
me neither.
you. All right.
No, we've
So
been chopping it up.
yeah. So let's just we'll hit on okay. So real quick, what's good?
What's good?
Yeah. Furiosa, baby. What else? What's
That
good?
trailer,
Yeah.
Blue Eye Samurai.
Yeah. Blue Eye Samurai. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You know what's bad? 2-7. That's bad.
What is that?
What? 2-7 was your record for your fantasy football. Yeah.
Oh,
Two and
yeah. I
seven.
was thinking
Two
my
and yeah,
fantasy.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
my
bad.
fantasy
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And there was something else though before that. I was thinking, well, that's bad. That doesn't even what's bad list. I can't remember now. But I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. Um, holiday seasons. I went
yeah.
out.
It's coming
I wa-
fast.
I was out in the world today shopping.
Wow.
I prayed before I went into the Mart of Walls, and I actually had a decent experience in the store.
What
You
store?
know, Walmart. I said the Mart of
Oh,
Walls.
I was
Yeah, and I had a decent experience. I was going in a. It was like literally like I was shopping at Walmart because Walmart did that thing where it's like, yeah, everything that I actually need is there and I could go to three other stores or I could just go to Walmart because I hate Walmart. I hate it so bad. So I went to
as
Walmart
people do.
and was like, Lord, just please let me get through this. And you know what? It was fine. I started off hitting the dude with a happy holidays and he hit me with a happy holidays and he said, you know what? Merry Christmas. And I said, oh, Merry Christmas. And then I felt a lot of positive energy like from everybody. It wasn't people weren't being assholes. So I was like, this is cool. So got the stuff I wanted and I got out of there clean. That's all you can ask for, you know.
Good for you.
I'm sure as we get closer and closer to the time, people get more and more ridiculous. But like I said last week, and I'll continue to say, just be kind, people. Be kind to each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all we can do.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do. But all right, but that's about it. You know, did you holler at Sim this week? Where's she at? She's supposed to be here.
I thought I left a voicemail. I don't know why she didn't call me back.
She be
See how
playing.
it is.
She just be
I
playing,
see how
man.
it is.
Always. Yeah, no, man. Talk to her. Yeah, you
Well,
got
next
60 miles.
week, she knows who we'll be.
I
So
know. Yeah, I ain't even reaching out. She know where we at. She know
yeah,
where we at. Yeah. So, yeah. So until then, he's son.
and he's pops.
And thanks for listening, everybody.
Push a P. Yeah.